Today we're going to be talking about some new apparent leaks and information for Grand Theft Auto 6. Now these details are coming from a YouTuber XXII, so I'll leave a link to his original video in the description. Now the source on this is a little fuzzy, and I don't seem to understand it as well as I'd really like to, especially when touching on stuff like this. Now this is what he said at the end of the video, but I think it makes more sense to view this before we go into the leaks, to see sort of where he's getting this from. So I'm going to try and translate this as best as I can. I think XXI's first language is not English, so I think the translation that he tries to do in his video is a little hard to understand at times. So he said this: I'll keep this supposed information, leaks / rumors that I got received. I'm not the official of Rockstar or something like that. If this information is confirmed, everyone owes me a pizza. If not confirmed, we all follow our life as before, right? So I think what he's saying is if this information is true, then everyone needs to give credit to him. If not, then we just need to say that it wasn't true at all. Now, it goes on to say all of his subscribers to his channel know that he was right about a lot of the RDR2 information. If he was, I didn't know. He brought in February about the March update with almost 6 months in advance, amongst many other things. So it costs nothing to risk it again because I have nothing to lose. So I think what he's saying here is he was right about a couple things regarding RDR2. He was right about a couple things about the online update in March, and he's back at it again. And the final thing he says is, if this is confirmed, I'll be very happy remembering that this would be only half of what would actually come in the final version. Besides, to bring a more strategic and closer game to a reality, I will like these systems of reputation and reliability. I don't really know what this last thing means, but that's his explanation of where the leaks came from. Apparently he has a source, or is the source. I'm really not too sure, but we're going to be diving into what he is talking about today. His video title was GTA 6 Supposed First Exclusive Leaks and Rumors. So let's dive into this right now. So the first bit of information he has is regarding the world itself. He states, with GTA 6, we will have great evolutions in the series as a system of missions totally renewed, and the way we interact with the world itself. Okay, so this sounds promising, and it definitely seems as if it's building off of what RDR2 is doing with their world, and that's something I wish was a little bit more with GTA 5, having the world more interactive with our main characters. In GTA 5, it almost just seems as if like the world is there, and we're in it. Not like it interacts with us and it has impacts based off of what we do. So in GTA 6, if this is true, I would like to see a more evolved world wherever the series takes us, whether it's Vice City or Liberty City or somewhere completely different. Regarding the acquisition of new properties, he states, we may come across the acquisition of new properties around the map, besides shopping for new garages as well as in GTA Online. Big market investments, all of this in story mode. So we saw a little bit of this in GTA 5 where we were able to buy properties in the game, whether it's like a taxi cab depot or whether it's a golf course, but we really weren't able to do anything other than that. It was almost just as simple as business management in something like Vice City, which was a 3D era game. So I'd like to be able to buy a lot of these new properties and then almost sort of interact with them as well. Go inside, beef them up, do whatever it is we have to do that incorporates the story mode aspect of it. But I would want a little bit more depth in these properties than what we saw in GTA 5. Now, moving on, discussing an immersive Grand Theft Auto Online 2.0, he says, already idea for next Grand Theft Auto Online can be much more ambitious than the view in the current one, where they can bring a more alive world, supporting many more players around the map and also owning their own storyline for the events, a kind of story mode in online, where the incentive is to give more utility to a crew in completing missions together. Okay, so this is very interesting. They talk about bringing a much more alive world in Grand Theft Auto Online 2.0. The first thing they said is supporting many more players around the map. We're starting to see this with new games, especially as Battle Royale starts to catch on, where we're seeing, a lot of games promote up to 100 players per map, and that's something we might see in the next version of Grand Theft Auto Online. What's also pretty cool is developing their own storyline. I guess this would be turning online into more of a RPG sort of role. And honestly, I think that would be pretty cool. I know Grand Theft Auto isn't supposed to be an RPG, but RPG elements to our characters in online would be nice. Really, the only RPG element we have for them right now is, designing the look of them and maybe what sort of things they own. And then they go on to say the incentive to do more things as a crew. Now, I think the only way you're going to incentivize players to do things as a crew is offer more money, like a significant amount of money. So if you do a mission by yourself, $100,000. Do it with a crew, $250,000. That is one way in which you get people to do stuff together. Other than that, I don't really see that working all that well. After that, he discusses immersive damage and a progression system. So he states an improved progression and damage system as shots in other parts of the body bring in different damage. As a shot in the leg can make you stagger, a shot in the arm can make you inaccurate when shooting with both hands. So I like this. You see this a lot in first-person shooters and even more survival games where, like, if you're shot in the leg, you aren't able to run. If you're shot in the arm, you might not have the best accuracy or might be decreased. This would be pretty cool, and I sort of like this. If you are damaged in GTA 5 or in the next Grand Theft Auto game, GTA 6, until you heal yourself or if you die, you're going to have that effect be a part of you, and it could have a significant impact on the missions, and I like that. I think this is something they're doing in RDR2, and if they brought this to GTA 6, that'd be really cool as well. The next one's kind of a big one. It's Contractor Reputation Bar. So he says, just like RDR2 can also be included a nearby system as an RPG. For example, there would be a reputation bar. If we receive missions from a particular contact, he will tell us what we should do in a mission, such as steal Y car, pass by X avenue, avoid cops, etc. If we do not follow these objectives in the way that should be, as steal another car instead of going through an avenue or get the attention of a cop, our reputation bar with that contact would decrease 100% to 40%. If we tried to continue working for this contact with the reputation of 40%, we would not have received as much work as if our reputation bar was at 100%. So I kind of like this, but this is sort of tricky. So GTA 4 tried to do this. You guys remember if you rejected someone's offer to go bowling with you or have a drink, you would get that frowny face thumbs down. Well, that was a reputation that really didn't do anything. So I think they're doing this in RDR2, where because you're a part of a gang, you gain reputation with each one of the gang members. And the better relationship you have, the more you get out of it. So I think they might try and do the same with GTA 6. To give you some examples in GTA 5, if you had a better relationship with Lester, maybe he would give you more features. If you didn't have as good of a relationship with Lester, maybe he would give you less features. Just something to think about, and I think that'd be pretty cool. Because in GTA 5, there was no consequences for either avoiding players or doing a lot of things with other players and NPCs alike. Moving on, the next subject we're discussing is reputation. He says, a moment if our bar reaches 20%, this contact would stop hiring us. Then their current and future missions would be canceled, thus changing the story mode trajectory, triggering twists and new contacts on future. Each contact can possess its own bar of reputation or reliability. Player actions can be positive or negative during the game. So that's kind of cool. So again, to bring us back to the Lester example in GTA 5, if you didn't treat Lester nicely, maybe his missions would be canceled or completely reworked until you did something good for him, or maybe another contact would be used. So I kind of like this. Again, it adds more RPG elements to the game, and it sort of makes sure that everything you do in the game has an impact. Every action you do won't go unaccounted for. And I like that. I think that's a pretty cool system, and I'd like to see Rockstar continue to implement that in the future. So anyways, that right there is all the information I've got for you guys on apparently these new GTA 6 leaks. I'd like to hear from you guys in the comments down below. If these are true, do you like the direction Rockstar will be going? Seems to be more focused on the decisions that characters make, bringing a more dynamic world for Grand Theft Auto Online, and basically just having more RPG elements, which is something I like. I'm a huge fan of RPGs. Fallout is obviously one of my favorites. Skyrim, another one, or the Elder Scrolls franchise. So I like this. I think it's a pretty cool move. But I'd like to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about this as well. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.